Yeah.
This is Sajokaza village. It has 3,000 residents, 2,000 of them are Hungarian and 1,000 are Roma. The village is divided in two parts. On the one side are the Hungarians and on the other the Roma people. The Roma people live behind the borders of the village, while the Hungarians barricade themselves in their houses. Every house is fenced, and barbed wires, dogs, and alarm systems are very common here. 24 policemen are guarding this place. The first impression is pretty shocking. In order that we reach our accommodation, we have to pass no less than 4 locks. And this every single time we need to get in or out. Moreover, an electronic alarm system provides additional security for this house.
Yeah.
We are now in the guest house of Janusz and Tibor. My name is Kurt Kramer and I have been in contact with this project Dr. Ambedkar School for the last 5 years.
Tibor Derdek, who is the director of the Dr. Ambedkar High School, introduces us to the situation. Thousands of Roma people do not have a regular work. The families depend on child support, on welfare, on stealing and begging in European cities, and on prostitution and criminality. As long as the situation of the Roma people and gypsies remains this terrible here, they will continue to come to the cities of Salzburg, Munich, Stuttgart and Berlin, because in these cities they are definitely better off. Tibor Derdek has invited us to visit some of the industrial areas that narrate the story of misery of this place. This, for example, is an abandoned coal mine. Before the collapse of communism, there were hundreds of these in Hungary.
Oh, little girl, don't cry. It is beautiful to die as a miner in the mine.
Of course, there were Roma people before the breakdown. However, they could find paid work in these coal mines. Today, they have nothing. And in this area, there is not a single workplace for gypsies.
Already.
You have a coal mine for us, and this is it cheap for us, so buy it.
We're now on our way to a coal power station, for which the coal mines were suppliers who delivered tons of coal. Chemical factories and industrial areas have simply been shut down. Here we have a view over the area of the coal power station. It carries the thoughtful name Thunderbolt. "50,000 people found work here. But when the communist regime broke down, this factory was simply shut down." This is one of the reasons for the current misery of Gypsy and Roma people.
Yeah.
Oh, freedom.
This is the Dr. Ambedkar High School for Roma and Gypsy. Here the children have the possibility to get a higher school certificate and to find a place in this society.
school, which works here in northeast Hungary, in Sajokaza town. And I like my school, like my students, because these students work hard to leave the misery and to find an honored and honorable way of life. Majority of our students are Roma students. Sometimes they say gypsy, sometimes Roma. It's in Eastern Europe. It means outcast people. So people who go mainly in segregated schools, who live in segregated, which is not acceptable for us. That is why we created this high school, to call them to a normal, integrated life. Because high school studies open the gate of the broader society. This is our aim, this school.
Most of the young people are well dressed, and it seems like a usual school in any other place.
My name is János Sorsos. I am a teacher and I teach gypsy youngsters in secondary school level.
János is the only gypsy in Hungary who teaches at a secondary school. He says that they want to help younger people to reach their higher school certificate. However, after primary school, they often lack vital skills. Many of them can neither read nor write. Most of the Hungarian teachers have given up on their gypsy students. 20 teachers are employed at the Dr. Ambedkar High School. 2 of them work full-time and the others part-time. The teachers are either directly from Budapest or they live in the surrounding area. Some of the students live over 70 kilometers away from the school and travel back and forth every week.
De azt be tudod írni, hogy mi a szám címe.
Szám címe mi a?
Na mi a szám címe?
Itt van, nem tudom.
De ott a szám címe. És csak ezt visszaadom és beleírhatod.
Our school is named after Dr. Ambedkar. He was the first law minister of independent India. So he arrived to the conclusion that the mentality of the people should be changed. If we want to reach to a just society. And he left his religion, which was the Hindu religion, because Hindu religion is built on caste system, and he chosen another religion. This was the Buddhism, and this was a very important step, not only for himself but for millions of people in India, and not only in India, here in Hungary as well, for us as well, because it showed that this this step showed us that everyone can live a miserable life and everyone can choose an honorable life. So this is the main aim of our work here. That is why we are proud to wear his name and to follow his example.
Yes, we are beginning an agricultural activity.
The Dr. Ambedkar High School is starting an agricultural project. They create jobs for Roma families by building a chicken farm. The Roma families can then sell the eggs of 500 chickens to a Hungarian company. The Dr. Ambedkar High School has their own small farm with chickens, turkeys and goats, and they produce their own goat milk. Tibor Derdek has offered to drive us to the gypsy ghetto in Moldova. 800 Roma people live here, and 3 of them are Tibor Derdek's students. We meet Angelika, who is a social worker at the gypsy ghetto. The gypsy ghetto is located in Slovakia. It already existed before the communist breakdown. After the Second World War, they simply forgot to dissolve the ghetto.
Yeah.
When I first see the ghetto, I am deeply concerned and shocked. We have reached the community center, where we are asked in. Here we meet the 3 students who will accompany us through the ghetto. Everywhere on the broad streets are waste and dirt, but there is no running water, no toilets. Even the most beautiful sunset cannot veil the darkness of this image.
It's real incredible.
Yeah.
I become aware of the normality of life in between these mountains of trash. The air is filled with a horrible smell. Music sounds from the small houses, and the children play around cheerfully.
Israel was in Egypt land, let my people go. Oppressed so hard they could not stand, let my people go. So the Lord said, go down to Moses, way down in Egypt land.
This is Igor. Igor is 29 years old. He was a criminal and a drug addict, but he has fought his way back into life. Now he's studying at the Dr. Ambedkar High School. He is also a human rights activist. He was beaten up by the police, but he stood up for his rights and went to court.
And they wanted to beat up musicians.
It has been 2 years now since the highest court took up his case.
Amikor betettek azt a srácot a rendőrök az autóba.
This is Tibor's home. He introduces me to his sister and her 2 children. There is one other room. The apartment is tidy and there are pictures on the wall. People have a certain privacy in their homes.
I think this situation is not to be accepted in the heart of Europe. And we have a dream to have a Dr. Ambedkar school in Slovakia as well.
These are the outlaws. They are well dressed, but they have no perspectives and no hope. One way out of the ghetto is through the Dr. Ambedkar High School. But there is one question that stays with me. Will the ghetto release its children?
Let my people go. Oppressed so hard they could not stand. Let my people go. So the Lord said, go down to Moses way down.
The inspiration comes from India, where 60 years ago Dr. Ambedkar organized the former untouchables to enable them to lead a decent life. This school in northeastern Hungary proudly carries the name of Dr. Ambedkar. It concentrates on his core message of self-reliance and responsibility. This enables the young people to take their own destiny into their own hands. When I came across this project, right from the beginning, I was enthusiastic about this project of Janusz and Tibor to give Roma youths a second chance in education and life. For 5 years now, I could witness how a new perspective is opened for young people in the Roma communities to allow them to take their due position in society and enjoy a satisfying and valuable position in economic and social life.
Yeah.